You're stuffed inside a tiny egg, buried in rotting wood, and honestly, things are already looking pretty grim. After weeks of marinating in this damp nightmare, you finally bust out, only to discover you've won the lottery of looking absolutely terrifying. Welcome to life as a wētā. New Zealand's answer to the question nobody asked. What if we made a cricket that could star in horror movies? Your first glimpse of the world reveals you're basically a walking nightmare with way too many legs, 6 spindly ones to be exact, each covered in spikes that make you look ready for medieval combat. Oh, and those aren't even your most disturbing features. Wait until you get a load of your own reflection. Those massive hind legs, they're bigger than your entire body. Your antennae, longer than a Subway sandwich. And your mandibles could probably open a can of beans if you tried hard enough. Right now, you're just a nymph, which sounds cute until you realize it just means you're a smaller version of the monster you'll become. No wings yet, but don't worry. Some species never get them anyway. You'll just have to rely on those spring-loaded legs to escape danger. Speaking of danger, everything wants to eat you. Birds, rats, cats, other insects, and basically anything with a mouth and an appetite. Your only defense? Looking so horrifying that predators might think twice before making you their midnight snack. Your first meal isn't exactly 5-star dining. You munch on some decaying leaves, maybe a bit of moss if you're feeling fancy. Tree wētā get the luxury of dining on fresh leaves and fruit. But if you're a cave wētā, welcome to a lifetime of eating whatever crawls, flies, or falls into your dark domain. Yeah, that includes other wētā. Family dinners just got awkward. Days turn into weeks of dodging death and eating garbage. You're growing fast though, which means one thing: molting time. Your skin starts feeling tighter than skinny jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. The pressure builds until crack. Your back splits open. Now comes the fun part of squeezing your entire body out through this opening. It's basically being born again, except worse because you're conscious for the whole ordeal. You wiggle and squirm, pulling each leg out one by one. Ever tried taking off a wetsuit that's 3 sizes too small? Now imagine the wetsuit is your actual skin. After what feels like hours, you finally emerge, pale and soft as a marshmallow. For the next few hours, you're basically a sitting duck, or sitting wētā, whatever. Your new exoskeleton needs time to harden, so you hide and pray nothing finds you in this pathetic state. This molting madness happens about 10 times before you reach adulthood. 10 times. Each molt gets harder as you get bigger. By molt number 7, you're seriously questioning your life choices, except you never had any to begin with. As you grow, you start developing your signature wētā features. Those hind legs become absolute units, packed with enough muscle to launch you several feet in any direction. Your hearing gets so good you can detect vibrations through solid ground. Too bad most of those vibrations mean something's coming to eat you. If you're a tree wētā, congratulations, you get to live in a cozy tree hole. Well, cozy might be stretching it. You'll spend your days wedged headfirst into a cavity barely big enough for your chunky body, with your spiky legs sticking out as a warning to others. At night, you emerge to feed and socialize, if you can call aggressive mandible-waving socializing. Cave wētā have it even rougher. You get to spend your entire life in complete darkness, navigating by touch with those ridiculously long antennae. Your legs grow even longer and thinner, perfect for feeling your way around but terrible for looking normal. You develop a charming habit of hanging upside down from cave ceilings, because apparently being a giant terrifying insect wasn't enough of a personality trait. The darkness becomes your whole world. Your eyes shrink to almost nothing since they're basically useless anyway. Instead, you develop superhuman sensitivity to air currents. A moth fluttering 50 feet away sends vibrations you can read like a menu. Your antennae grow so long they're basically walking sticks for blind insects. You wave them around constantly, mapping out your surroundings in a way that would make sonar jealous. Mating season arrives when you're about a year old, and boy, does it get weird. Male tree wētā develop these massive jaws that look ready to bite through steel. They use them to fight other males in battles that would make WWE jealous. 2 males lock mandibles and try to flip each other over. The loser gets yeeted from the tree, sometimes literally. If you're lucky enough to win, you get to mate with the female. Unlucky might be more accurate though. Female wētā are bigger, stronger, and hungrier than males. After mating, she might decide you look delicious. Nothing says romance, quite like wondering if your girlfriend will eat you for breakfast. For females, The aftermath of mating means laying eggs. You'll use that long ovipositor to inject eggs deep into soil or rotting wood. Each batch contains dozens of eggs, future little monsters ready to continue the cycle of terror and survival. Your motherly duties end there, though. No bedtime stories or school runs for weta parents. Winter approaches and things get interesting. While other insects die or hibernate, you've got a superpower. Your blood contains special proteins that work as antifreeze. You can literally freeze solid and thaw out later, good as new. Well, as good as a giant spiky insect can be. You'll spend months in suspended animation, dreaming whatever wētā dream about, probably not being eaten. Spring arrives and you thaw out, hungry and ready for another year of survival. Except now, you're older and slower. Those amazing jumping legs don't work quite as well. Your reflexes aren't what they used to be. Younger wētā start eyeing your territory, and you know what that means. Time for more mandible wrestling. Except now you're the old fighter past their prime. Your joints creak louder than old floorboards every time you move. Remember when you could leap 3 feet without thinking? Now you need a running start just to clear a pebble. The youngsters mock you with their perfect exoskeletons and fully functional leg spikes. You'd chase them off if you could catch them. You lose more fights than you win these days. Your tree hole gets taken by some young punk with bigger jaws and better moves. You're forced to find shelter wherever you can. Under bark, in rock crevices, anywhere that offers protection from the elements and predators. Your exoskeleton shows its age, scarred from countless battles and narrow escapes. Missing legs are common at this point. Maybe you lost one to a bird, another to a rat. You adapt, learning to move with whatever limbs remain. It's not graceful, but grace was never really your thing anyway. Food becomes harder to find and catch. Those lightning-fast reflexes that once snatched moths mid-flight? Gone. Now you settle for whatever doesn't move too fast. Dead insects, fallen fruit, the occasional unlucky slug. Your standards have definitely dropped. One night, you sense vibrations approaching. In your prime, you'd have sprung away instantly. Now? You turn slowly, too slowly. A ship rat, one of many invasive predators that have made your life miserable, closes in. Your mighty hind legs push one more time, but the jump that once carried you to safety barely moves you a few inches. The rat's teeth close around your thorax. As darkness takes over, your last thought might be relief that you won't have to molt again. Or maybe you're thinking about that time you scared a full-grown human just by existing? Yeah, that was pretty good. At least you went out as what you always were, an absolute unit of an insect that made people question whether New Zealand should even exist. Not bad for something that started life eating rotten wood. The rat burps. Your legacy is complete.